Does anybody know what unconditional love is? I kind of have a general idea, and I try to give it. Sometimes I wonder if I absolutely have followed through. But every day is a step towards trying to be the best you and do the best you can for others. But does anybody really know what unconditional love is? The reason why I say that is because it's been a while since I talked to my mother. Shame on me for that. And I'll explain this. Me and my mother have always had kind of a in and out relationship. It's kind of a situation that she appears to have try to impose her will on me due to the shortcomings of my father's actions, I feel. So it's like, if I can't direct him, then I'm going to direct you. Not realizing that I've kind of grown to a point that I've learned what not to do. What not to do. Pretty responsible fella. Always willing to grow and always do the right thing. But it seems like I always lived in the shadow of being looked at as my father. That's kind of a hard situation to endure, knowing that you have been conditioned and you've seen the rights and wrongs and the do's and don'ts, and you try to commit yourself to do the right thing. And I feel like I've been successful with that. Financially responsible. Make sure that everything is of immediate needs to be taken care of before anything else. Screw all your desires and wants. Handle your business first. So I've always been that kind of individual. But also at the same time too, people know that you're responsible. So they feel that you have unlimited resources. Not realizing that you have been conditioned to the point that you are scared to be irresponsible. You're scared to be anything other than responsible. So it's kind of like not a thing of greed on my end, but a thing of, okay, well, if I give this to you, then I'm not going to have in case of emergency. And my upbringing is, I won't get all into that, but I'll tell you what, I know what it was like as a young man to have to do his homework by candles, okay? Hard knock life, unnecessarily, based on irresponsibilities. So I've lived my life that you handle your business before you handle anything else, especially in the home front, because that's supposed to be your safe haven. But besides all that, does anybody know what unconditional love is? For years, me and my mother, we haven't really spoken, but I thought about her all the time. I used to ramble on to my old lady about it, like, you know, because I've been affected. Holidays come by. I'm not with my family. And I won't even be with her family due to me feeling bad spending time with her family, even though we haven't seen eye to eye. I mean, they treated me like I was a heathen from day one and stuff, which I understand that because that's their loved one. But also at the same time, that's not fun to be in a predicament like that. So I just stay in my lane. But to struggle with not being with your family, that's a heartfelt situation in itself. So that's something I've struggled with. And I used to discuss it quite often. Like, hey, I gotta figure out a way to make amends with this situation. But then it comes to the thing as well that at the times that I have interacted with my family, it can't just be hey, good to see you again, blah, 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 blah. People acting like they don't even like each other, and I don't want to. That's rough to be around that. But the fact of the matter is that also at the same time too, you might actually go to a gathering after being apart for a little while, and then a week later or 2 weeks later, you got somebody calling you up asking you for something. That's a lot to deal with too, because it's this this cycle of that. So that's kind of a weird reason why I stay away as well. But me and my mother, we had a falling out. The last time that I spoke to my mother, it wasn't too damn good. It was a situation that I purchased an engagement ring for my fiance. First, it was a happy situation. Then all of a sudden, my fiance wanted a bigger ring. Kind of pissed me off because it was just like, wait a minute. What the fuck is that? A bigger ring? So I felt a certain way about that. Pride was shook. It was just like, I spent damn near $3,000 on this damn ring, when I should have just bought the first one that I picked out. And she ended up with that one anyway. And I'll tell you the story about that. But I reached out to my mother. Showed her a picture of the ring in a good note when I first presented it to my fiance. Mom was all happy about it and stuff. Well, it appeared to be. I don't know. My mother's always competed with every woman I ever had in my life. I don't know why. Maybe because the lack of what she's receiving from my father. I don't know, but I kind of get the understanding that that's probably the case. Always a competition, which is kind of weird to me. And it's something that I'll never quite understand because the truth's never going to be told. But that's just the way that I'm looking at it. It's like, why in the world would you be competing with the woman in my life on acquiring tangible goods? I don't get it. I don't get it. It is beyond me. I'll never understand that. And I hope that I'm not correct on that. But I believe in a certain damn fashion I am. But to make the long story short, I reached out to my mother. Kind of disappointed, feeling kind of shook about the audacity of wanting a bigger ring. Well, my mother didn't say anything derogatory about my fiance. As a matter of fact, she was just like, I didn't see her in that light. I don't figure her to be that way. So that kind of made me feel good. But I was stuck on my feelings, and I vented to my mother. And I was like, how come every time somebody present a gesture, it's not good enough? People have looked at this and this and this with me and never assisted me with anything. They will try to direct me in certain directions and stuff, but there is no guidance. They're telling me what I need to be doing, but there's no damn guidance. I tell them about a problem. People just sit there and they just listen, but they never offer me a solution. So I'm sitting there and I'm venting to my mother about my true, feelings because I was hurt. My mother dismissed the whole conversation and told me that I am having an attitude towards her and that I need to follow up with her when I have less aggression towards her. Well, as I looked at that text for years, unfortunately, for like 3 years, I didn't say any waging of attack on my mother. I was just talking to my mother. I needed guidance. She must have took it. It must have hit home or something. I don't know. I'll never know because nobody's ever going to reflect on it. And still to this day, if I bring it up and stuff, and I'll never have the opportunity. Unconditional love. What exactly is that? Well, as I was saying, I took a step this past Mother's Day and I sent a text to my mother. Happy Mother's Day. And as well to my sister, Happy Mother's Day. I didn't even get a shit blown back at me. No acknowledgement that you received the text. Nothing. Now this has been kind of a cycle, as I mentioned in one of my last videos, that a few years back, me and my old lady, we were going to host Thanksgiving. And we invited my family to our Thanksgiving. I was all happy. I already thought that everything, no response back. I'm starting to feel that there's no such thing as unconditional love. It's something I believe in. I do. I don't put conditions on my love. If I love somebody, I hold your hand when it's raining. I'm there when it's sunny. I don't care. I'm there. Now I might be not peeling off cabbage. I might, but I'm always going to be there. Always going to be there. You can talk to me, and I might give you some ideas. Because I love you. But I'm starting not to believe in this unconditional love stuff. There's always conditions on something, unfortunately. And I'm living proof of it. And I know that I'm not alone. I wish that I could be alone in this matter and stuff. Because this is hard to deal with. This is really hard to deal with right here. I'm looking at too much stuff spiraling out of control. We're looking at the world right now and it's totally getting out of their hand. Everybody's like just angry. And I've just gotten to the darn point, man, that I'm starting to not believe in stuff that is essential. We're human beings. And anybody that's walking around saying, "Oh, I don't need love, you're lying. You're lying. Somebody needs to love you. And then if you say you love yourself, then you're considered as arrogant. What sense is that? That doesn't make any damn sense. So if somebody can explain all that to me, then I can get an understanding. Then maybe that will lighten my heart, because I don't want my heart to get heavy. I don't want it to harden. But I'm starting not to believe in all this unconditional love shit anymore. And to make the situation more jacked up about me texting my mother and my sister, I happened to go to a particular store to go grab a charging device because, as some of you know, I'm in these Airbnbs and hotels because of shit that went down with me and my old lady and stuff, and they got me on a no contact order. They got both of us on a no contact order. We're both facing charges right here. Attorneys are involved and all this stuff. So I got removed out of my house. spending unnecessary damn money, living in other entities. So what's going to come out of that? Spending unnecessary money and spending thousands of dollars to be away from home against my will. I don't want to be away from home. And my videos are not supposed to be of this magnitude. Trust me. I've been planning my videos for a long time before I even started publishing them. And they're not supposed to be what you are seeing right now. So I just want to make that perfectly damn clear. But with me being kind of, maybe all this has happened for a reason. Maybe this has happened for a reason. Maybe what this was to push me to start doing my videos. But I just want to make this understood. It was not supposed to be in this fashion. And I'm trying to keep my positivity up. I want to help people. I want to help people to the point that if you are going to purchase this right here, then how about you attempt to make that right there? Save yourself some money. Those are the kind of videos that I want to be publishing. I don't want to be publishing videos that are considered as negative and all that. I don't want to be in that algorithmic realm. There's too much of that going on right now, and it's upsetting. And with the views that these people get, it's just like so like, it's not, I'm not saying this out of hatefulness. I'm saying this out of like, man, the more that you fuel yourself with this negativity, the more negativity surrounds you because it comes in bunches. So I just want to make that understood right now that my videos, I'm not wishing to cause an uproar, okay? I just want to clarify that right now. But back to what I was saying about me walking into this department store. It ended up being a department store that I had to go in and get a charging device for my microphone. And I was surprised my niece still worked there. I looked at her and I hardly recognized her, but I did recognize her. And I asked her, "Hey, are you?" And she was like, "Yes." She knew who I was. But she, you know how the reacquaintance, and it's like, "Oh, I didn't even recognize you." That's what she said, and I consider that as harmless, And I was talking to her and stuff, and I was kind of explaining to her, "Hey, I got to, tending to this and stuff." And I did kind of break the, a little bit of the news to her, but it didn't go on a wide scale because it's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to me. And the uncertainty of it all as well. So I kind of, talked to her and stuff. And then I also told her as well, "Hey, I sent my mother, your grandmother, and your mother, and my sister, Happy Mother's Day text." And she was like, "Yeah." And something felt kind of strange about the interaction. It's just like, I understand you haven't seen each other in a long time, and it don't have to be kisses and hugs and hooting and hollering, but I just felt kind of like I was like intruding on whatever, like I was an inconvenience for even, strange. It's strange and a little bit kind of heartbreaking. I'm starting not to believe that this unconditional love stuff is really in existence. It's just kind of, and I can't be the only one, but in a way I hope I am. So I believe I'm handling it pretty well, even though I wish I could send a better video than what I'm sending pertaining to this matter. But if you're going through this, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. Now, what do you do about this? What would you do about this? Send me a comment. Because I don't want to give up on my family like they apparently gave up on me. Maybe I stayed away too long. But also at the same time, there are things that have not been hashed out. And also at the same time too, I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to put this completely out there since I'm on the mic right now. The reasons why that I have not made any cameos is because I have felt like I always have to be offering somebody something. Whenever I made an appearance, it was like people are expecting me to be giving them something. It's like if something's going good for you, then they're like, oh, that's great, give it up. That sucks. Have any of you guys ever been through that? You ever been through a situation that you might have been responsible and scared to be irresponsible? So you're kind of a tightwad, kind of a, not necessarily a Scrooge, but very mindful, and you calculate all your damn finances down to the penny, and you can go without. You handle what you need to handle, and you limit your wants. People know that, and they're like, give me, or they're telling you about stuff that need, the reason why I can't come visit you up there is because my tires are bad. I need to get new tires. There was one point in my life that when somebody would say something like that to me, that would be like, how much is it? Buying people car batteries, paying people's furniture bills, when I didn't even know they had a furniture payment. Who the fuck has a furniture payment these days? That's weird to me. That's a setup. Who in the world has furniture payments? But it's always something. It's always like, it's like they know you're good with money, but the reason why you're good with money is because you looked at things get repossessed. You looked at things happen. You have went to bed without a meal before. Wake up, go to bed hungry and woke up hungry. And then when you became of age, in order to you seen all this stuff, you were conditioned. So you vowed that would never happen to you. Instead of having a damn $1,200 damn cell phone, you're cool with having a $300 cell phone. And they know this shit. And that's why they always are telling you what they don't have. And then when you don't subject yourself to it, then you're the bad guy. What sense is that? I just want to send you guys a shout. I hope this wasn't too direct. And I hope this all made sense. Until next time.